I used to think I was lacking motivation, but in reality, I was lacking discipline. It wasn't until I read Never Finished by David Goggin where it made everything clear for me. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the lessons that I learned from reading David Goggin's book, Never Finished. The first lesson that I learned from reading David Goggin's book, Never Finished, is I learned that you must imagine your old self creeping in behind you whenever you are working hard. Now in the book, David Goggin emphasizes that whenever you are working really hard and just want to give up, just imagine your older self creeping in behind you saying, I'm still here, I haven't gone anywhere, I'm still here about to ruin your life. See, whenever you imagine your older self, your old self, you think of this lazy, undisciplined person who didn't work hard, etc. But now, the person you are now, that's a whole different person compared to who you were, 5 years ago. So Goggins emphasizes that in the book, that whenever you are working hard, you want to give up, just imagine your old self creeping in behind you saying, I'm still here, I'm going to take over your life. What that is meant to do is it's meant to just make you angry and say, no, I am not the person I was 5 years ago. I am a whole new different person, and I am not going to allow you to take over my life anymore because I have completely transformed my life for the better. A good example of this is 2 weeks ago, I went on a 6 a.m. run. I ran 6 miles. That's crazy. I ran 6 miles. And when I was on mile 4, I honestly wanted to give up. I was really tired. I was going up a hill, my legs were hurting, etc. But then I just kept imagining my older self creeping in behind me, telling me, Oscar, I'm still here and I'm going to ruin your life just like I did 2 years ago. Whenever I thought of that, I just got so angry that I just kept running faster. I kept running forward. I kept running even more, So it's a really good mindset to have whenever you are just working hard and really want to give up. Just imagine your older self creeping in behind you, telling you, I'm still here. I'm going to take over your life. I'm going to ruin your life and I'm going to make you go back to the old habits that you once had. Whenever you imagine that, it's supposed to spark anger inside of you. It's supposed to make you just push harder and destroy that old version of yourself and embrace that new version of yourself. This is something that I've been doing a lot recently. Whenever I'm just hitting the gym or on a run or something is is hard, I just imagine my older self just creeping in behind me. And whenever I imagine that, I immediately just run faster, lift heavier, do more reps, and just work harder because the person I was 2 years ago is done. It's dead. Now I am this new version of myself, super disciplined, super hardworking, and super focused. Now the second lesson that I learned from David Goggin's Never Finished book is alter ego. Now this is a little bit of a complicated concept to understand, but basically we all have egos, right? We all have this ego that kind of fuels us up, that kind of gives us a sense of motivation, etc., right? So Goggins emphasizes in his book that you must have two characters, okay? David Goggins has two characters. David Goggins is who everybody knows him as. Goggins is the person that wakes up at 4 in the morning and runs ultra marathons. So Goggins said that he has two characters, and whenever he is in need of motivation, he needs of energy, he just imagines his other character, Goggins, just taking control of the boat and just leading the way. I also have my own alter ego and my own character. Oscar is this person that everybody knows as an altar server, religious guy. Humberto is this guy that wakes up at 5 a.m. and goes on 5 a.m. runs and posts content on YouTube and hits the gym and is super disciplined. That's my alter ego. And whenever I am going through a hard time or when I have no energy, no motivation, I just imagine Humberto, my other character, taking lead and taking control and letting him make the decisions. That's what I do, and it's honestly really cool. I honestly think it's really cool because whenever I just need motivation or have no energy, I just imagine my alter ego, Humberto, take control and just help. I ask him to fuel me up and give me tons of energy, and I tell him, lead the way, bro. So you can do the same thing as well. I mean, if you want to have your character creation, I would do it. I would try that as well. It's really cool. It's really cool and it's really fun, and it's a really good thing to do to improve your mindset. And how do you do it? Well, simply just get your first name and then get your middle name, and then just write down how people see you, and then the other version is write down certain traits that you have that really give you that motivation and drive and discipline in your life. That is alter ego. And David Goggins uses a lot whenever he is in need of energy or fuel or motivation. Now, the third mindset that I learned in David Goggins' book, Never Finished, is stop blaming others for the reason why you are not where you want to be at. See, look, it's very easy to blame your childhood. It's very easy to blame your past for the reasons why you are not where you are at. I personally do this a lot too. I blame my past self for the reason why I'm not where I want to be at right now. You know, I want to be a pro soccer player, and well, 2 years ago I was training like dog. I was like, it was really bad. I was doing cone drills every single day. It was horrible, you know. And there's times where I blame my past self for the reason why I am not where I want to be at right now. And all that is just cope. All that is just your brain trying to find a reason, something to blame for the reason why you are not where you're at right now. And I have recently learned that everything is my fault. Everything is my fault. The reason why I'm not where I want to be at right now is because of me. Because I didn't do more. I didn't work harder. I didn't do more. I didn't sacrifice more. I didn't push myself more. Everything is my fault. And the moment I understood that, I just began to just do more. I began to just turn off all the noise, cut off any distraction, and just focus on doing more and working 10 times harder, 100x times harder. Everything is your fault. And the moment you understand this is the moment that you will begin to truly make progress in life. David Goggins, he used to blame his childhood, his dad, for the reasons why he isn't shredded or why he isn't successful. David Goggins, he used to blame his dad, his childhood, for the reasons why he isn't where he wants to be at. But he said at the moment he stopped blaming his past through his childhood for the reasons why he's not where he is at, where he wants to be at, that's when he began to make true change. That's when he began to make a real difference in his life. So if you're watching this right now, and maybe you blame your past self or your parents or your family for the reasons why you are not at where you want to be at, my advice to you is stop blaming your family or your childhood for those reasons. Because what happened in the past isn't the past. What you have right now is the now. And the only thing you can do right now is just work hard and focus on improving every single day, getting 1% better every single day. The only thing you can do right now is just focus on working hard right now, because it's the only thing you have right now. You can't go in the past, you can't go in the future, but what you can do is you can change what you are doing right now and do it freaking better. Work harder, train harder, eat better, push yourself more, get smarter, whatever, but just work 10 times harder than how you worked yesterday or 2 years ago or a month ago, whatever. Just push yourself much more and blame yourself for everything. The reason why you are not where you want to be at right now is because it was your fault, because you didn't push yourself harder, you didn't sacrifice more. And this should be a wake-up call that you must work 10 times harder today. I always remind myself every single day that time is going by fast, so I must act with speed, work hard, and take action now, and not waste a single time in my life on anything that will not help me level up in my goals. So in Never Finished by David Goggins, he says everything is your fault, and stop blaming your past or your childhood for the reason why you are not at where you want to be at right now. So work harder and act now and take action. Take action now and act with speed and push yourself. The last lesson that I learned in Never Finished by David Goggins is I learned that life is a maze. Life is a maze. You know, when you're in a maze, you're trying to find the exit, but sometimes you get lost and now you don't know where to go, so you find the new path. Goggins said life is like a maze. You know, you're trying to achieve something, you know, you're going down this path, but then you face an obstacle, and then most people, they say stuck. But Goggins said what you must do is you must find a new strategy, a new plan, a new strategy just to get out of that obstacle you faced. In my life, many times I have faced a lot of obstacles. I have felt stuck. But what I have done is I have just found a new strategy, a new way, a new plan, and just kept my head up and kept persevering and moving forward. That is what life is about. In life, whenever things get hard, you don't stop. You know what, I'm gonna take a break. No, when life gets hard, when you face an obstacle, you don't just stop and give up. No, you do the opposite. You find a new plan, you find a new strategy, and you keep moving forward, and you keep persevering. That is what life is about. And if you are that person who just stays stuck whenever things get hard, I promise you will not achieve success. Okay? I can tell you from my personal experience, there has been many times in my life where I have faced obstacles, roadblocks. I've been lost. But what I do is I find a new plan, a new strategy, and I keep moving forward, and I keep trusting in God's plan, and I keep just keeping my head up and persevering and having faith that everything will get better and that I will achieve success and I will achieve my goals. Life is a maze, and whenever you get stuck, don't stand there. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay stagnant. Find a new plan, keep your head up, and keep persevering and find a new way and keep working hard. Those are the 4 lessons that I recently learned from Never Finished by David Goggins. That is the video. Thanks for watching. And as always, I believe in you, but God believes in you more. I will see you guys in the next one. God bless. By the way, if you feel like my free videos have helped you out a lot and you want to learn more, join my free community called Build True Virtue, where inside you can learn how you can build true discipline, how you can get closer to God and battle lust. If that interests you, click the link below and join today. Thanks for watching, and God bless.